viewers. Welcome to today's episode of my dream course, Karma television program that has been enlightening people on the relevance of tertiary institution courses. Stay tuned. I remain Ekai Emeti Ibrahim, your host, and with me here we have an amazing personality, our guest for today.
Everybody, my name is Goodness Frederick. I am really proud to be here and I'm happy to be sharing in this conversation today. Since we are talking about tertiary institution and the courses there, I am a teacher and I hope that my input in this program will help enlighten you all on whatever it is, the choices you have to make in your tertiary institution.
Okay, so today our topic of conversation is, does your passion align with the course you study? So a lot of people were opportune to get to study what they applied for in the university, and some people did not get that opportunity actually. But our guest here will be sharing more light with us on that aspect. So before we start the main debate conversation, I would like to ask you, what informed your choice of course? Like, what made you apply for the course you applied for?
Okay, so I'll be very real in this conversation. What I applied for in school was not what I got. Yes. Okay. So while I am speaking with a number of people who are probably in the same shoes as mine, I would also love to share how I have been able to, move from how I didn't get what I wanted to study to how I've been able to use what I eventually studied, align my passion to what I eventually studied. So when I first applied for a course in the university, my dream course was law. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if I should say I'm passionate about law or I just love the course, because that's one thing a lot of young people do. They feel that what they like is what they are passionate about. Well, I didn't get law, and having stayed back at home for like 3 years still pursuing the same course, I decided to rather take what is available, and what was available for me at the time was English and Literary Studies.
Wow.
And so I am a proud graduate of English and Literature.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's good. Thank you very much. So, still on the topic, does your passion align with the course you study? So stay tuned as we take the last side of it. So, I would like to ask the last question now. How can one identify his passion?
Okay. So there are various ways of identifying your passion. First, it's by, one thing about passion, let me establish this. One thing about passion is the fact that it's inherent. It's something that you do naturally. It's something that is natural to you. So there are things that, identifying your passion, one way of doing that is identifying those things that you invest in naturally. You don't need to stress about it. They don't need to beg you to do it. You will easily go for that thing at any time. Okay? So if you find yourself doing those kinds of things, those things that you can give your resources to, you can invest your time in, you can do it even if they just wake you up from your bed. That is certainly something that you should be looking towards. That means you're passionate about that thing. So this is one of the major ways of knowing what you're passionate about. Anything that you can easily give yourself to. Effortlessly. Anything that you can, you're always, in everything you do, your activities are always channeled towards that. For example, if I am passionate about speaking, for instance, and they ask me to define a concept now, just give me something to define, and then I begin to overemphasize or begin to expatiate,
saying extra things.
I don't need to think, I don't need to go back and read. I am just flowing.
It's just flowing
naturally.
Wow.
I should begin to think in that line. Okay, so if you're doing that, know that this is something that you're passionate about. Then another way you can identify your passion is something that you can easily give your money to. You can support it financially.
Yeah.
For instance, we see many people who are in the tech industry now. So many persons will pay as much just to learn any new concept that comes out in the tech world. Whether programming, web design, graphics. In fact, they are always up to details on anything tech. You know that this is my passion. You cannot be loving something like this and then you're going to study medicine and surgery. Do you understand?
That's
so
true.
This is another way, something that can take your finances and you won't have to think twice.
Something that takes your time too.
Your time. If they call you for this one, even if you need to go run an errand for someone, but this one is here, you can just say, okay, you know, so let me do this one first. This one, you're always thinking that every other thing can come later, but this one is, you prioritize it. That is also one way that you can identify your passion. Yeah, so these are some ways.
Wow, thank you very much. It's really been an interesting conversation for me here. I've personally learned a lot from our guests, and I hope you enjoyed the conversation and you also learned from it. So we have come to the end of the show, but before we go, we would like to do something. So I don't know, our guests, since it's about educational program, and we have a new national anthem, and we don't know if you can sing it for us.
Okay, I will sing it. I want to prove you wrong. I'm a teacher. I mean, you don't expect anything less. Okay. Don't mind my croaky voice.
Yeah.
I can start now?
Yeah.
Okay. Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all are called to serve our sovereign motherland.
Woo! Thank you very much for staying to the very end of this show, and I believe you enjoyed the program. Don't forget to like, follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Kama TV. See you soon.